Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Dearest Mother and Dad. Love, Ruth, John, and Mark. Ruth Smallshaw Ray's Letters to Her Parents. 1954, Part 86. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio. March 15th, 1954. Dearest Mother, we just got your note and I am writing right away while Mark naps so that you can send Carol's gift to her, although it won't arrive before the wedding, I guess now. I was shopping Saturday, took Mark down at 9 o'clock a.m. and John brought him home at 11 o'clock, so I stayed to shop and took a bus to the doctor appointment. I had a lot to look for and saw lots of cute things for Carol, but think it best you send your gift. We got her a pressure cooker. We are in quite a mess here. John got the bathroom tiling done, green, and we got a green sink and paint and shower curtains and curtains. Saturday night, John finally got the sink off the wall with the help of tools loaned by 3 neighbors, only to discover there were no wall brackets in with the sink. The stores were closed, so we're without plumbing, no toilet, from Saturday night until Tuesday. Tomorrow, as the plumber can't come until then, and John had to work too, can't do it. So then he painted, and lo, the paint doesn't match at all, so will have to be redone, and the green sink clashes with the tiles, so we'll exchange it for a white one. Me and my big ideas, poor Johnny, and my bridge club 3 tables comes tomorrow night, so just hope we won't be in too much of a mess for it. John's folks dropped in for a little while Saturday night in the middle of John's dilemma. I guess the wedding is really all planned to the last detail. Carol had lots of showers and even had a grocery shower, enough to stock a store, so I guess they have everything now. The doctor says John's fine. The doctor says I'm fine, but to cut out sweets and starches as I'm gaining too fast, 133 pounds. John was 215 when we were in Regina, is down to 196 now. And his doctor wants him to go down to 190. So I guess we just all better stop eating so much around here. It's too late to tell you, but my yellow wool dress had a label on it, dry clean only. I had no idea you'd wash it. Hope it isn't too small for me now. It's been dry cleaned, and the cleaners will stretch it so it won't bulge around the tummy, I hope. I'll see what they do for the next summer, although they don't like to do anything that's been washed. We'll see. All your baking for your bridge makes it a big undertaking. When I was wishing our living room was painted for tomorrow, John said to reread your article about material things. I've been trying to wash the walls, but they don't look much better. Good night. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, March 25th, 1954. Dear Mother and Dad, things seem to get more busy all the time, but I really do think that this is the best time in a woman's life, when her first baby is really beginning to blossom. Mark seems to get cuter every day. He says over 44 words and has just learned to give us a kiss. He's also learning to put it back, but slowly. Carol's wedding and reception was simply lovely. Of course, she was a very pretty bride, and everything just went perfectly. There was quite a crowd and a big reception. The church had lovely stained glass windows, and Stephen Lacey played the cello. Very nice. Mrs. Ray had a rose lace dress and small rose flowered hat. Dave's mother was in brown and yellow roses. Carol's bridesmaids were in green and the maid of honor in rose. All the sandwiches and mints were in pink and green too. Chocolate mints with pink and green flowers on. They had 50 pounds of salted mixed nuts. The cake was at least 2 feet square on the bottom, and the gifts. Those kids really should get a warehouse. They got 3 irons, 2 steam, 4 blankets, a quilt, 2 bedspreads, 2 lamps, a big chair, card table, all manner and sizes of glasses, cocktail, wine, sherbet. Her crystal pattern is $2.75 each, too. A huge silver platter. Well, their whole dining room was just overflowing. They spent their honeymoon in Cleveland, even had lunch with John Monday, and were here yesterday afternoon on their way back already to set up housekeeping. Carol had even bought 3 house dresses on her honeymoon. I've never seen such a domestic couple. Mark looked darling in his white jacket, but was shy until it was almost over. I had his haircut, some job. I worked on a church poster until 2 o'clock a.m. after we got back, and from 10:30 until 1 o'clock on the coffee hour at church Sunday. The minister told me it was nice. I won a vase of flowers at the women's club Monday night, playing bridge, and again 75 cents, second prize Tuesday night. I keep seeing new things about playing the hand that makes it so interesting. Only bid 6 but made a grand slam. I made pizza last night and chop suey from scratch tonight. Fun to try new things, and John is a willing victim. He even likes them. Monday and Tuesday I was out, and Monday and tonight John is, so only home together Wednesday and Friday. John's art show is in all the newspapers again, and he's on the radio tomorrow. We'll see if Mark recognizes his voice. He'll be on television too later, and they've asked for pictures for the newspapers. Mark really runs around outdoors now, into everything. I really have to keep an eye on him. We really had quite a morning last Tuesday. I just started to get dressed when the telephone rang. The neighbor across the back asked me to play bridge downtown Friday afternoon. Can't get a babysitter, and to see if Patty next door would. While I was phoning Patty low, Mark had the full bottle of ink and had spilled it all. Clothes, hands, mouth, rug. What a mess. I dumped him in the tub and clothes in the washing machine, and he said, "BM." The telephone rang again. A girl to ask us over Saturday night. Looked at Mark, and he'd had a bowel movement in the tub and just filled it. So I cleaned out the tub, tried to grab him again, and ran a fresh bath, cold water because I'd started washing. Gave him a cold bath, dressed him, put him in the playpen, and started washing the rug, and the telephone rang again. Mark erped in the playpen and was playing in it. Cleaned that up, and he broke a slat right out of his playpen. What strength! 2 hours, and I still wasn't dressed. It was a lovely day, and I was exhausted, so I dressed, and we went out in the front steps. I was telling my neighbors of my morning, and they remarked, "Why, he looks so innocent." And there stood Mark, so serene, and he never moved from my feet. Then Dale called, back from Florida, and said that Lilla Dale never got into anything, but she'd had a temper tantrum that morning. Mark's also been getting the cookie tin and opening it. He can find anything, it seems. The other morning, while I was fixing breakfast, he got it and asked me to open it. I said, "Take it to your daddy." So he trots into the bathroom with it for John to open it. Some fun, some kid. He just seems so bright and a way ahead of me most of the time. We're going to have a busy summer in this household, I'm thinking. I have about 10 telephone calls to make tonight for the church rummage sale, so we'll say goodnight. Hope you like the snaps. More later. Lots of love. John, Ruth, and Mark. P.S. I'd like the snaps with the rays on January 10th back unless you want them. If you do, I can get reprints, okay? 602 Huntmere Drive, Bay Village, Ohio, April 2nd, 1954. Dear Mother, I guess I missed a chapter in our story. The bridge club here turned out fine, and we got the sink in finally before they arrived, and John has painted the bathroom twice. It's still not the right shade, but we've decided to leave it and get busy on the upstairs. Sam and Liz Hagner, John's Oberlin friends, are coming from Philadelphia Friday for a week, and it's times like this that we wish we had furniture up there. However, there's a limit to what we can do. John is busy all this weekend on his bowling convention and art show next weekend when he may be on television too. He was good on the radio and will be on again. They've put him on the publicity committee now too. Busy. Had a high score of 45-20. Next high was 21-90 at the bridge last Tuesday. I've had 5 wins out of 7, either first or second, and really get kidded. They say they should retire me, but that I'll probably even have a bridge game at the hospital when the baby comes. We visited some folks Sunday that have a boy 9 days older than Mark. I met her at class before our babies came. And their boy is even 3 pounds heavier than Mark, a fatter face too. Today I had him across the back playing with a little boy 3 months older. He seemed to enjoy it. Mark's not the least bit afraid of the dark. We can play hide and seek and he'll shut himself in the closet with no light on in the bedroom and isn't the least bit timid. I'm glad. I let him play outdoors by himself last week and just watch from the window. He was fine but fell down the front steps and skinned his nose. Sat right down in the mud today. His 40 words are pretty, boy, girl, book, brush, hot, all gone, night-night, dolly, daddy, mommy, baby, bye-bye, up, off, shoe, knee, eye, nose, choo-choo, milk, cookie, oh-oh, no-no, BM, doggy, duck, blue, radio, hat, woof-woof, birdie, car, bath, hi, hello, ear, with an English accent, ear, button, dirty and good. We have 2 robins that come up to the steps for bread, and he watches them so closely. Birdie, woof, woof. He's just crazy about Minnie Mouse and loves her and kisses her and calls her baby and moosh. A real necker he is, very affectionate. He's certainly a nice boy and has real rosy cheeks now that we're getting out more. That was a nice gift for Carol, the only one they got, and better than I could have chosen. Mrs. Ray said it was lovely. Love, John, Ruth, and Mark. To be continued. Now Ruth continued as something from the newspaper here. It's a little article. The confirmed gambler is neither gullible nor greedy, but markedly neurotic, according to the modern school of thought. It is held that the hectic gambler knows perfectly well that the odds are against him, that he notoriously refuses to stop when winning, and that therefore he wants to suffer the excruciating thrill of losing. This craving for disaster is, of course, pathological, a condition that may require psychological attention. Now we have 3 comments on the original publication, and the first is from Tessa J. Delina, the former secretary of Restless Educational Center in Manila, Philippines. Dear Mr. Ray, greetings to you and your family. I just finished reading SFMC number 39, and once again may I just comment on the cover of this particular issue. The baby photos are simply adorable, beautiful. What I liked most was the picture showing Mark walking and reaching out his hand towards the birthday cake. Ruth seemed to have her hands full taking care of the baby and managing the household and hardly had time for herself. I can see that she always looked forward to playing bridge. Even though I don't have the idea of how it is played, I still think that this kind of game is very enjoyable, and may I say addicting? We all need to have a little diversion or luxury in life. One luxury is going on vacation, and that is what Ruthie did. It sure did a lot of wonders for her and the whole brood. I do hope to hear what Mark has to say on this particular issue. Again, thank you for this great issue. More power. Sincerely, Tessa J. Delina, Rojas District, Quezon City, Philippines. And the next comment is from Patricia A. Ray, the third child of Ruth and John. Dear Peter, I started reading SFMC number 38 and I'm getting a kick out of it. So often I feel I'm too busy to read these, but this is such a pleasure and a welcome change from hearing depressed patients all day. Patricia A. Ray, Boston, Massachusetts. And the next comment is from John S. Ray. Dear Editor, just finished reading SFMC number 38. What a tremendous contrast between Ruth's life in Saskatchewan and Florida compared with her early married life. Several of her thoughts were of particular interest. Once you marry, your life is not entirely your own, if it ever was. Mark is so lively now, and he keeps me busy, keeping him from eating grass and ants. It seems as if life is just a series of adjustments to having a family and to having it leave you. Thank you for the long-ago memories. John S. Ray, Rocky River, Ohio. And the next comment is from Ruth Smallshaw Ray herself. Dear Editor, what a great, wonderful gift you have given me. My life, recreated from the letters that I wrote to my mother from age 18 when I left home in Regina to teach deaf children in Saskatoon, and the changes in my life. And now the latest, number 38 and 39. What a contrast my life became, number 35 and number 36, when Mark came into our lives. From almost 10 years of teaching, getting my degree, a full schedule of academics and social life and friends and dating, and then I was transported from the hospital with a baby to Bay Village, and alone in the winter most of the time. Mark was a wonderful, remarkable baby, and we certainly bonded. He had almost my undivided attention. I missed my mother so much. I wanted to share my baby with her. I remember when a neighbor brought a cake and Grandma Ray told me, "Now you must not start this neighboring business." She forgot that when she had her family, she was only a few doors from her mother and siblings, and I was alone. She once said they never needed friends because they had all their relatives. I remember with Mark in the carriage, looking out over Lake Erie and crying, thinking over there was Canada, my home, and that was where I belonged, and why did I leave? However, I survived, and my new life became busy, also, but changed forever. How my grandmother must have felt leaving mild England and coming to Saskatchewan in the bitter winters, and Peter from Ohio to Switzerland and the Philippines. Thank you, Peter. Blessings. Mother. Ruth S. Ray, Rocky River, Ohio. And here's a comment from a family friend, Joanne D. Denko. Your last illustrated newsletter was delightful. I liked the picture of your father with the baby. Joanne D. Denko, M.D., Cleveland. And another letter from John S. Ray. Dear Editor, SFMC number 39 is an outstanding chronicle of Mark's early life and the great joy he brought to his mother and father. What a joy he was when a little boy. It was great to see how your mother gradually grew into her new life as a homemaker and mother. Our social life and outside activities were really starting to heat up. Amazing how much we were able to do. Red's desire to have her parents see her firstborn child were finally fulfilled. What a cold trip. Thanks for the memories. John S. Ray, Rocky River, Ohio. Well, that concludes today's presentation. Good luck to you with your efforts in family history. If this interests you, finding, preserving, and sharing old letters, diaries, photographs, family movies and videos, and interviewing elderly relatives while they're alive. You might consider checking out our website, Adventures in History with Peter J. Ray at peterjray.com. There's a donate button. You might consider making a donation so we can continue making these videos. So far, we've made 617 history videos in 7 areas: world history, American history, book reviews, poetic tours, Cleveland baseball, family history, and autobiography. You also might consider checking out our podcast, Adventures in History. If you live in Metro Manila, Philippines, and are looking for a high school, you might consider Restless Educational Center, located in San Juan, Metro Manila. We specialize in helping young people who have had difficulty in the larger traditional schools, and the website is restless.education, RESALEST. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.